Assalamu Alaikum guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So Eid is around the corner and for our family that means one thing. It's time to get into the kitchen and make some of our favourite traditional Eid dishes. So inshallah we're going to be making Channa Puri Halwa. Classic. Soft puris, delicious chana, and of course that signature sweet halwa. And this is something that we have been making for years and years and years. As far back as I can remember, we've always done this every single Eid. Everybody enjoys it and it brings the whole family together, and it's a bit of nostalgia for me. So I'm going to share this recipe with you and I really hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Right guys, to make the chane, I've got 3 tins of chickpeas that I've drained. I've got 1 medium sized onion that I've cut up, half a cup of oil, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. I got 2 tomatoes that have been cut up, 2 green chilies cut up, 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste, and 2 medium-sized potatoes which I've diced up. Right, on high heat, I've got the oil in a pot and we're going to add the onions and we're going to make them slightly golden. Right, now that the onions have gotten a bit more golden, I'm going to add the ginger and garlic paste in and we're going to cook for a further 2 minutes, just until it becomes nice and fragrant. Right, the masala cooked down, the water or any additional moisture has evaporated. This I'm going to quickly add the green chilies, chickpeas, and potatoes. We cook these in the masala for about a minute or so. Right, now to this I'm going to add some boiling kettle water. And I'll tell you how many cups it is approximately. I think that's a little bit less. I'm going to add a little bit more to this. And that is approximately about 3 to 4 cups of boiling kettle water. And we're going to cook this until the potatoes are soft because the chickpeas are already tinned, so they're soft. Right, once it starts to boil like this, we're going to turn the flame down to like a medium low. We're going to cover it up and we're going to cook it 5 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like after about 5 minutes. Right guys, I let this cook for about 7 minutes. I went a bit over because my potatoes weren't 100% cooked through. So just to show you, they cooked through now. And for this we're just going to add a bit of coriander. Right, once you've added your coriander and cook it for a few more minutes, it should start to look like this. I've added a little bit of corn flour and water to mine because I like mine to be a bit more of a thick consistency. And I'm going to plate it up and show you what it looks like. Right, so there you go. Jenny are all cooked and plated and they go absolutely phenomenally with the puris. And inshallah that's the next. Right, to make the puri, I've got 500 grams of plain flour, I've got half a teaspoon of salt, quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of yogurt, and I've got a loose quantity of water over here. Just use as much as you need to make the dough, but remember, don't add too much in. Right. Add your salt and baking powder, add in your yogurt. And now gradually we're going to add our water in, start to knead the dough. Guys, I forgot to mention the water is lukewarm and it just helps to make a smoother dough and you'll have better puri on that way. Right guys, the dough's been resting for about half an hour now. We're going to uncling it and see what it looks like. See, it's really soft, really pliable. Now we just need to knead it again, just to bring it all together. Then you start making the puri. Now to make the puri, I'm going to use a big tray and we need to have some oil as well, just to stop it from sticking. Add a little bit of oil just on top, because they're going to be covered in cling film. It just stops that from sticking to. Right guys, so I've made the pede and I've got 14 out of that 500 gram mixture. And what we're going to do is we're going to just cling film these and we'll leave them out overnight. That'll just help them to stay soft and they'll be a lot more easy to work with in the morning. So inshallah, in the morning what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to fry these up. So we'll see you in the morning. Right guys, it's the next morning and your pede should look like this because they're like fully relaxed and they've gone really soft. And it's really easy to take the cling film off as well. They're not going to stick to anything. Right, to roll the puriyan, you're going to need some oil. You need to spread this all over your surface. Our surface has been cleaned, it's been wiped down. Right guys, I forgot to mention, when you put your puri in, just make sure your oil is like really hot. So then in a couple of seconds your puri should like just puff up like that and keep it in for about 15 to 20 seconds, no longer than that. Otherwise it's going to really go hard. Right guys, to start off the suji halwa, I've got 1 cup of suji, 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of desi ghee. I've also got 1 cup of milk and 3 cups of water. I've got 1/8 of a teaspoon of cardamom seeds and we're going to add a little bit of food colouring into that as well. Right guys, I'm going to add the ghee into a pot and we're going to melt it down a little bit. Right, now that the ghee is all melted, the flame's on medium high and we're going to add our semolina into this. And we're going to cook it until it's a bit golden. Cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes on low and I'll show you what it looks like. Right guys, we're going to add the food colouring into the milk just so it dissolves and it gives a bit more of a better colour. This is your own personal preference of how much food colouring you want to add in exactly. I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon and just mix it in. If I feel like the colour's not as vibrant, I'll add a bit more into the recipe, but I'll let you know if I do or not. Right guys, this is what your suji should look like at halfway point. It's all frothy and everything, but that's absolutely normal, don't be scared of that. And smelling it's just not as fragrant as I'd like it just yet, so we've still got a few more minutes. I'll show you what it looks like. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention a little bit earlier, keep stirring it and don't let it settle at the bottom because it will burn. And I don't think anybody would like that burnt taste in the halwa. Right guys, it's been about 4.5 to 5 minutes and the suji is nice and roasted now. It's got a really nice nutty smell. And at this point we need to add in our milk and our sugar. So, sugar's gone in and all the milk and keep stirring so it doesn't make any lump or anything. Right, and now add your water in. Flame still on medium low and we're going to keep stirring and I'll show you when it starts to thicken up. Right guys, as you can see, it started to thicken up a little bit. So at this point I'm just going to add my cardamom seeds in. And just keep mixing. I've put the flame on high now. And we're going to keep mixing it until it thickens. And I'll show you what's it's supposed to look like. Right guys, at this point the halwa is boiling. I'm going to turn the heat back down to medium low. Arch it down to low. And you have to be really careful at this point because it's going to start splattering everywhere. And we're going to cook the halwa until it's like combined and the oil started to release. So I think it's going to be about another 2 minutes or so and I'll show you what it looks like. Right guys, at this point our halwa's done. When I stir it you can see that it's starting to come away from the sides a little bit and that's what you're looking for. And I did taste it and I did a little bit more sugar in just because it's just to my preference, but obviously make it to your own preference and how you like the taste. And I'm leaving the consistency at this because when it cools it is going to get a bit more harder, so we don't want it overly hard as well. And we'll play up and show you what it looks like. There you go guys, your puriyan are all done. I've served it all up with the chana and the halwa that we made. And as you can see, the puri are really nice and soft. Really nice and pliable. They're not one of those that you're going to fry and they're just going to come out extra crispy. And that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And inshallah, I'll be back with another video. Allah Hafiz.